I always forget to go live before I do that. I'm supposed to go live first, right?
Yeah.
Damn it.
What I do is I hit the countdown and then go straight and hit go live immediately afterwards.
I look like a rookie, man. God dang it.
I hit go live. I count 5 seconds, and then I start.
I keep the background up, go live, and then I hit the countdown. And
so I just hit the countdown just for us. So yeah. Anyways, welcome back,
everybody. How you doing?
Welcome back to round 2 of the biggest goddamn printer in the world. You can see. I will switch over here, and you guys can take a look at the belt swaying in the wind. So I tried to get a little better of a camera angle, but I did get the linear rails on. So the linear rails are on, and the X and Y axes are on. This is on. That's moving. All went pretty good, man. These oh, somebody popped in. Where'd Treepod go?
I'm not Treepod.
Treepod. That's what my wife calls you, Treepod.
Who else said it wasn't just your wife that said it was like on another live stream?
Yeah, my wife, when she says your name, she goes, "Oh, you talking to Treepod?" I go, "Yeah, Treepod." Yeah. I don't know if you know, but my pastime is making fun of people's accents. So
Kind of got that.
Speaking of which, hey there, Tim. What's up there, hoser?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, eh?
Hey, take off now.
Yeah, that's a boot right.
Yeah, it's all
Hey,
boot.
Tim, did you get my message?
I did. I replied. I replied to you and said that is correct. But I don't know if your stream will be done by then, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody else's stream.
Okay, you normally go Sunday, so I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah,
Right?
I can't go Sunday. I have a Thanksgiving dinner commitment. So
Thanksgiving?
yeah, it's our Thanksgiving weekend this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, us Canadians do things weird.
Huh.
Hey.
And we just thought that.
Gary, you have any
backwards?
you have any unanswered messages from Treepod you want to go over real quick, or
what?
No.
No, I interrupted him. That's why he's saying he's trying to.
Yeah. Hey, I called you.
Jerry always interrupts me on every stream.
Yeah, Tim, I've been calling you. You're not calling me back. What's going on? Oh, Jesus.
But you know what? My daughter brought me some stuff, some hot fries.
You like those?
Oh my God, these are like the best, man.
I know, I like them too.
You got the Fungens
Going in both ways, right? In and out.
Oh my God, it's like every time I'm like, oh, this is great, and then day after, it's like, what the hell did I
You're
do?
screaming and dying. Yeah. Razor blades.
These are disgusting. Ugh, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought some Doritos. What do they call them? Roulette by mistake. I like Doritos, but the roulette ones, I don't like the hot ones.
These two are my favorites.
Hey, Lightspeed, you might want to reposition yourself because all we can see is where it says Lightspeed in the top of your head. You're completely behind your name.
But it's all he is hair, right?
Well, let me here, just do this. There you go. That's a little bit. Oh no, we'll just
go back to the way.
So I have a new goal for myself. I'm going to try to catch Tim by his birthday on this printer build.
Ooh.
His 70th?
Huh?
His
Yeah,
70th?
his birthday's on October 30th. I have it marked on the calendar.
But
I don't know. Let's take a look here. So let's bring Tim over. Yeah, I think you're almost about the same amount done.
hang on.
It's not printing yet. Hey, let's bring him back on. Hold on. Tim, let's see where you are here. Oh, geez.
Look at that. It's all wired. It's going to be ready to get software configuration going on.
I thought you were going to say soldered.
Apparently, Canada doesn't have a wiring standard, apparently.
Jesus.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
These are really good.
I'm just teasing you.
I know.
It looks better than mine, let me tell you.
I saw some of those ones on Facebook that some of the ones on Facebook are incredibly, like they've got columns going here and you don't see it here at all.
Oh, yeah. So,
Well, Tim, to be honest, that's what I plan on doing. I had planned this whole time to take all the stepper wires, trim them perfectly to length, and then lay pads.
So everyone, this is actually how far Lightspeed's gotten. Look at see.
I'm pretty far along, I think.
No. This is how far you gotten right here. See, look at that.
Yeah.
He's got that far by proxy.
Yeah.
Proxy. Yeah.
So last night I put the rails on and I learned something. Remember how I was bragging about how my printer was really square? Well,
it's not.
There's like a false wall for the electronics.
Yeah.
The black panel wall. Well, I guess I forgot to tighten that down when I put that in, and I couldn't get the linear rail for the Y to go in, and I was like, why won't this fit? And I started measuring, and it was off by a ton. And so I had to take it all apart and put it all back together again and got that squared back up. I did put the linear rails in, and oh my God, dude, what a tedious process that is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Unlike most printers that use some of the bolt holes for the linear rails, this printer uses absolutely everything. So there's a screw in every single hole of each linear rail.
Yeah. And most of the time, the manufacturer will skip every other hole.
Yeah. Well, like the rail core only has, so across that whole 300 millimeter rail, there's only 5 screws. So, but I kind of like it this way, but putting those nuts on took forever.
Yeah.
But so I took them all apart. I pulled the ball bearings out. I cleaned them. I put new grease in them, put them back on the rail, and then I did I did that last night. The motors are in. I think I'm onto the bed or maybe the belt routing. And I tried to get the belts through, Tim, but I can't get the belt. I don't know how you're supposed to get the belts through around the pulleys.
You use zip ties. I use a zip tie. You run a zip tie in through it first.
Really?
And then you pull the belt through, and it'll follow the path of the zip tie.
Why am I not? I can't visualize that. So you stick it so it sticks to the zip tie? Is that what you're saying?
No. Well, so you basically. Hang on. Let me see if I can show this on my close-up camera here. So let's just suppose let's pick anything here. This is a pulley. So you're gonna stick the zip tie in around the pulley, so it basically comes out. Then you're gonna take the belt and start feeding the belt. I don't have anything that I can represent the belt.
I know what you mean. I know. So the
belt goes between the zip tie and the pulley.
Belt goes between the zip tie and the pulley, and then actually I put the zip tie quite a ways in. And then I put the belt between the zip tie and the pulley, and then I actually used the zip tie and pulled it through, and it pulled the belt through.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, boy, there's no room for anything.
No, it's pretty tight.
Yeah. It was fun putting that X-axis together, though. I thought they have a pretty clever X-axis on this, too, I thought. But, all right, well, I guess I'll start there then. Pull the belt. I don't know that I need to because I don't have the hot end assembly done, but...
Right.
Anyways, talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you can pull the belts into place and just dangle them where they need to be, just to have it done.
I got to go grab my my DeWitt approved step ladder. So I'll be right back.
And DeWitt approved zip tie.
I have one mystery question here that I'm not sure. So, from the main power switch, right? You have a positive, a negative, and a ground. Now, I was looking at Jason's drawing or his setup. It looks like he only has that positive wire going to the SSR, and that's it. And then the SSR goes to the main power supply. I'm not sure if I've got to run if that's right.
They have a diagram on the website, right?
Yeah, but not for the mains. They don't have anything coming from the mains. So
I wired a switch for one of my droids off of Amazon the way the Chinese company said to wire it, and I kept popping things left and right. So, and then Jason had me wired properly because they had it wrong.
You keep on going until you get it right.
You can Google it. Google's your friend.
Yeah. Well, I can just turn the power on and see what happens.
Just don't ask Google anything medical because then you're gonna die in 2 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
Type in google.com, jason.com, youtube.com,
Is this-
Liam or Ike.com.
Tim, is this your idea for the belts, or did somebody show it to you?
No, Jason showed me that.
That shit is clever. Man, that worked awesome. Wow. Dude, thank you. That was awesome. I sat here for 30 minutes last night trying to get these belts in. That is crazy. Yeah, so you just stick the zip tie in and she goes right through.
Yeah. Huge difference. Makes it so much easier.
Man, that is worth it right there. That was good. All right.
Oh, let's see. There's a power plug. I might just put the power on this thing. Whoops.
Okay.
I just enjoy it. It's like I should actually just get a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
okay, no, it looks like you're doing it right. I haven't built one of them. Yeah, that's fine.
But it looks good. If it's wrong, you get smoke. That's all.
If it's wrong, I would just blame the people below.
According
Wait, here,
And
here,
it
let's,
goes
here,
down
let's,
there. So it
let's
goes
read.
from me to you, then you to Jerry. And
No,
then
no,
Jerry
see,
down
now
to
it's. Wait, ship
That
flows
flows
downstream,
down,
right?
there
There we go.
we go.
I
Right
don't
down.
care.
Here, okay, there we go.
There you go.
John.
Now you got to point down, Jerry.
We're
There you
all
go.
lined up in the YouTube rankings. We got John up here with the most subs, and we got me, and we got Tim, and we got Liam.
Oh, Liam has more than me.
No, we
What
don't.
subs? I do not.
You don't? Oh,
No. You got more subs than I do.
so I'm.
I haven't even broken the 500 mark yet.
Okay. What do you think, guys? Do you want me to plug it in?
Yeah.
Film it. Plug it in when you got to film it. Film it so something happens. You can have it in the video.
Oh.
Do it.
You never know what you might miss and think, damn, I could have had that in a video.
I'll plug it in, but there's no power switch on yet. So if I plug that in, okay, there's live power. Okay. Let me get the camera video ready.
Get your
No,
hand
you're being
wet, close
recorded
your
right
eyes,
now.
and start touching things.
Damn it, dog, you can't ever catch.
So your power is wired to where now?
My power is going to the power supply
Straight to the mains.
and to the SSR.
I love how he's just touching the SSR. It's going right here.
SSR.
Yeah.
Here.
That's the one that's on straight up.
We're filming. I'm going to hit the power switch. Nothing happened.
Oh no.
Well, Tim still has power to his house.
Okay, well,
Okay,
hurry
this
up and
is a
turn
silly
it off and
question,
then figure out
But
why.
I'm going to ask you a Jerry question. Did you plug in the other end of the power cord? Since you know?
I did that about a week. I've done
Well, what should happen when I turn it on? The fan come on or something?
Well, that's an
Yeah.
AC, right?
see a light on the board. You should see your board at least light up.
No, the board is going through the SR, so unless you run power there it won't.
SSR is for the bed only.
Oh, yeah, you only use it for the bed.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm running power to the SSR.
That's for the bed only.
Yeah, but that will only activate when the SR
Your control board
is in
should have a
the
couple
closed
lights on it
position.
lighting up on your control
Let me
board.
see if the other end of this plug is plugged in.
Or the power switch turned on.
Turn off the switch first before you check that.
Oh yeah, switch is off. Dun, 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 dun. So this cord, all the way up here.
Yeah, we got so many cords and plugs like a lot of people. I mean, they're like everywhere. It's easy to forget things.
Yeah, that's plugged in.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, at least I got the electrician coming out to assess it on Saturday for my mess. So
Yeah, power's on. The other way I can find out if it is I can always
Put your tongue on it.
put my tongue on it. No, I'll just plug this in, and this will tell me if there's power coming through the cord. Yep. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the 100 amp sub panel in the garage.
that little connector in your hand probably has a fuse in it also, but it should be good.
Yeah.
There might be a fuse built into it.
Interesting.
You can take a meter to it.
Yep.
Meters are your friend.
Yeah, more than likely you got it wired wrong right there in your hand. More than likely.
Well, I have the ground, I have the neutral, I have the power, and then I have the fuse is jumping to the switch. So there's the hot is switched. Yeah. Anyways, let me, and then you know what? Get the camera off me. This is my stream, and I'll take a meter to it.
You don't want to watch what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's a RatRig stream, right?
That's true.
Okay, let's get the DC volts. Let's go to 200.
So you want to put the power? You want to test it on the
A switch. Make sure I'm getting power out of it.
just here or on the power supply?
So let's. I'll test it in a couple of places. Okay, first of all, let's make sure there's power coming out.
We just want to see Tim jump.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I was going to say, see his hair standing in his head, but he doesn't have any. So
See, when I redo the garage, and now you have to get a bigger TV than Tim. That's what, you know.
I finally get it. It's the wrong belt. God dang it. Stupid thing.
wait for the sparks.
Oh, interesting. So there's no voltage coming out of this switch.
Did you switch on?
Yeah. No voltage coming out of the switch.
I
Okay.
watched Squid Game yesterday, and today I finished all 9 episodes. It's
Oops.
all right.
What?
Squid
Squid
Game,
Games.
it's all right. There's no
I didn't-
subtitles.
I have no idea what that is.
Everybody's printing the mask. It's got the circle
It's
on
on
it. The triangle.
Netflix.
It's a Korean show
Yeah.
where people get recruited. They're down and out on their luck, and they have different competitions. And if you don't complete the challenge, you're dead.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
There's 9 episodes.
It's totally a game that's worth living for.
and it's kids' games, but it's deadly results. So you get it's kind of it's an interesting idea.
If you get past the first episode, you can kind of get into it, and then I'll watch it all 9. Now I'll go ahead and print the mask and say, okay.
Oh, there we
cool.
go. I've got 120 volts coming out. I had the meter switched to the wrong. I had it switched to DC instead of AC.
AC/DC.
There we go. So there we got voltage coming out of this.
Okay, now you check the 2 ports where they go into the power supply.
Check these here. Let's turn that on again.
Did you ohm out all of your connectors?
120 volts coming into the power supply. Definitely. Let's see if I've got 120 volts coming into this little one. 120 volts coming into my little power supply.
I don't know what kind of board is. What kind of board's on it?
Duet.
I don't know
3.
anything about Duet, but everything has a red light or a green light on it. So when you turn your power switch on, it at least should have lit up something.
Well, let me check the board, the Duet, and see if there's power coming. I should be getting 12 volts to it, 24 volts to it.
Doesn't it have a status light on there?
No, I don't see a light on it.
Yeah, there should be, Tim. There should be a blue light flashing.
Okay. Well, let me go back to, so that's going to be DC voltage going to the board.
Yes.
Okay, so if I switch that.
I was going to say, first test your DC out of your power supply.
Yes, I will. My choices are 200, 250, and 20. I got to go to 200 because I want to test 24 volts coming out.
Aim high.
Aim high.
No, you really don't want to see smoke, but
No, I don't. No volt. Now, again, do I have my meter set properly?
On the power supply, is the power supply switch set to the right voltage?
Good question.
well, that's the reason it's on 220. That would explain why it's not working.
So turn it off and make sure it's switched to 110.
Yeah, if it's on 110.
Or if it has it.
If it
Yeah.
has it. There we are. What's it say?
Probably says 220.
Oh, it is set to 230. That's why it's not working.
That's why it's not coming
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, the first time I ever did. Or,
Why wouldn't you? There we go.
You know
Why
what they say?
Oh,
When
all
you
right,
make
so-
stuff idiot
Turn
proof,
it-
to go build better.
okay,
idiots.
get your camera ready. Here's where it's
Well,
going
no.
to happen.
See, here's the sad thing is, all of us have done a live stream building a printer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many times is that the first thing that we're supposed to check? And this is like we go through all of this with Tim, and it's like one of the last things.
Oh, we have lights.
That's good
And
sign.
I heard the
And no
BL touch
smoke,
go
that's even a better sign.
I
heard
forgot
the
to check.
BL
There was one time I forgot to check on a printer.
Well, and that was the Kaiwu stream. I went after I assembled it and didn't turn on. I was like,
Let me
oh,
try this
man.
again. Now I think the BL touch even worked. Let's
Go
see.
back to light speed and see what he's doing.
Light
All right,
BL touch
got
even works.
I just got the
Yeah,
belt
that's
done.
good.
He's checking his hair. Because
Hey,
Don't
don't
that's a good sign.
hey, don't be jealous. I'm
You
done.
know what?
I'm keeping the dream alive.
I was going to say we should get a picture of the two of them and transpose Steve's hair onto John.
no, I'm fine not having hair. It's
Yeah.
a pain in the ass having hair. So
Hey, non-fam, how are you?
what's going on, non-fam?
Non-fam.
Oh, I guess I should launch it
Fam, what's up?
on mine.
I see
Boy, we
Focus
need
was on this morning at 4:30. They said 7:30 my time, and I wasn't up at 4:30.
3.9.
I got up at 8 o'clock, checked
Who's
it, and
Matt?
it's already over.
You talking about Matt?
Focus was live.
Well,
This
I
morning at
was on. I was on that stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at 4. My time it's 4:30 in the morning, so I was always sleeping.
5 volts out of that. So far all the voltages are good.
Good.
Wow. Good.
Congratulations. That's the biggest hurdle.
No smoke. Well, I was extremely careful. So, well, good. So let's power it off and cool.
I was just retweeting out the stream. Hopefully, get some more people in here.
So it turns out
I shared it on my group and Twitter, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
did that on my. I did that early, though. Yeah, typically I want to do it early to show that I did it for you, there, Steve. But then it's like that might be too early when I did it this time.
Tripod, can you raise up your hand?
tripod.
No, raise your hand up, really. Raise your hand up. Go like this. Pat yourself on the back.
No, I don't do that. That's against my code of ethics.
Okay.
I wonder if I could.
Do you want a loan of this to make it easier for you?
Can you individually control fingers on that?
Damn you.
Sorry?
Can you individually
theory-
control
theory.
fingers?
No. It's
I know what
basically
Jerry
bending
wants.
the wrist. This is a great Halloween item.
Oh, that's great. I'm excited.
So William Shatner's finally going to get to go up almost in space soon. So
He's going up with
Bezos.
Bezos.
You guys want to see? You guys want to hear how negative Facebook is? So, I posted that picture of me that I superimposed me, like inside the picture.
Which
And
is
so
cool.
I posted that on the RatRig and literally got like 7 comments going, "Dude, you need to change your thumbnail." I'm like, "Why?" And they go, there's no way that printer's that big. There's no way." Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
come on.
It's welcome to clickbait.
For
Dude.
years and years, when I say comments that I printed something at 100%, people go, "That's not 100%. That's not 6 foot tall." I said 100% is however the designer makes it. If it's 1 inch or 10 inch, and I printed at his scale, that's 100% of what he did.
Yeah.
I have to explain it.
I just couldn't believe that they're like maybe 50 centimeters. Maybe you got the math wrong. I'm like, guys, it's a joke. And, it's bad Photoshop. That's what he said. I said, dude, I wouldn't even waste my money on Photoshop. I do that shit in my iPhone.
Well, I used
Thanks.
3D,
Thanks
3D
for
Paint
3.5.
yesterday in Windows 10. I put Liam out inside of the gate of SpaceX. He's squatting down by the gate waiting to go to work.
Yeah. I mean, people.
that looked good, right? That did look good.
People are just like, I don't know if they're just trying to be assholes or if they're like
No, they're
really,
just assholes.
yeah, you know.
I get them all the time on my YouTube and everything else, social media. They're just assholes.
You know,
And
you
the
just
problem,
can't
the
think.
problem with the RatRig is it's supported by RatRig. So like, you know, I got booted out of there once for posting links, affiliate links, but everybody else can post affiliate links. I guess I can't. I don't know. So
You're not special enough.
It's you're their competition, Steve. That's what it is.
well, that's true. I mean, they literally told me they're like, "Hey, RatRig sells slice engineering, blah blah blah."
Well, I'm talking about also the other people.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. So whoever's moderating is like, oh, he's posting his affiliate links. So that
Right.
moderator is like, oh, see ya. There's the door. Exit.
Now,
stage
Mika,
left.
Steve, you said about common sense. Common sense is not very common.
that's true.
No,
And he also you know, made me promise not to put up links anymore. And I'm like, so now I go and I actually have to like message people if I see they're interested in something. I'm like, yeah, it's an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost them anything. It actually saves them money off their order. I don't see how it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? And when you buy,
because you can buy that stuff separately anyways.
well,
You
when
don't
you buy
have to buy it from them.
That's
Was
why
it-
I have my own groups. Way back
When
when,
you-
groups were getting upset about me posting this and posting that, I started my own group. So now I post whatever I want.
Yeah.
I do my
But when
page, my group, and Twitter.
when you buy Slice Engineering from RatRig, you're paying for all the shipping to get it to Portugal. And so, like, I didn't point this out on an open forum, but I messaged people. They're like, "Oh, I'm just going to get it from RatRig." I'm like, "Dude, you're going to spend $300 for a mosquito to get it from RatRig." You know, like, I don't understand why you don't want to buy it here locally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll get it faster, even though you may not need to get it faster.
Why
But
don't
you
they
can
drop
actually
ship?
assemble the hot end with whatever printed parts that you have, right?
I would
Right.
imagine they drop ship. I mean, if you're in the U.S. and you order from Portugal, they're going to contact the U.S. and have it sent straight to your house, I would imagine.
No, they don't. They ship it from Portugal with your
That's-
order.
Well, that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, so you're paying shipping both ways, right? So,
Huh.
Anywho, Ski, I'm gonna get the directions up now that I got the Tim. That worked like a
Where
charm.
are you going? Where are you
Huh?
going? Where are you going?
Who?
You're getting the directions instead of the instructions.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You sound like one of the Facebook guys. You're using the improper language.
I correct people on car and truck all the time. I'm going
Oh,
to live
that's
in a car. No, you don't. You have a truck. You don't have a car.
Oh, geez. Let's see, build guide. So where am I? So I got linear rails done. I got X gantry done. Oh, we're on to the bed assembly.
That's a monster.
Yeah, say that again.
But you don't have to put the bed itself in until later on. You can do all of the other stuff because that's one of the last things you're going to put in is the bed. That's what Tim was the last one. He had to sit there not doing anything and get in the way. You don't.
Yeah.
Put it in, so you don't need to put it until later on, really.
Oh, Tim.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the last things I assembled.
Let me get my little balls.
But yeah, you got to assemble the bed.
Well, I got to assemble the little things that the bed sits on first. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something fun we can do.
Bed arms.
The bed arms, yeah. So let's do
The
this.
man with the hand.
Let's turn
He's
my.
a hand man.
Let's see what's going on here. Oh,
As they say on Seinfeld, he's got hand.
actually,
Hey,
Look at
Jerry,
this.
you got the hand.
That's a big freaking ring.
That's a huge light.
that's what she said.
Too bad she was just referring to the light.
She was referring to the reflection.
Oh, she was definitely referring to your life, my friend.
Shadow.
Hey, there's a lot of things Irish people are known for. That ain't one of them.
What, having bright lights?
Yeah, sure. Oh shit, I lost my OBS. Damn it.
If you want your
Oh,
light
yeah,
brighter, lose weight, then your light will be brighter.
Oh, and I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Oh, I said down. Down. There we go. So maybe we'll get a little over the shoulder build action here.
Let's try something else. I didn't see if the screen lit up.
All right. Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm super proud of the print quality on this is like I mean, this shit is like
Oh,
tits.
cool.
It is some of the best prints I've ever done, I think.
Why don't you hold it up in front of the camera where we see your face instead of the little bitty camera? There you go.
Because the camera sucks.
That's good.
So better.
Here, I got it. Let's see. Printer.
Or switch them around. Yeah, there you go.
Ah, backwards.
That
That's a
is
beautiful
nice.
print, actually.
That's nice.
I mean, look at that, man. Jesus Christ.
What layer height? 0.2?
I think this was 2.
What filament's that? Is that
Uh,
Prism?
Prucement red, the carmine red.
Yeah,
But
that's
I have so I have a trick I do with it that helps a lot. Is I turn the auto fan off, because if you have the auto fan on, what it does is it discolors parts of it.
Oh, okay.
Like you'll have like dull spots and shiny spots and dull spots and shiny spots. And so this, when you turn the fan off, you get a consistent,
Yeah.
Well, PETG, that's PETG, right?
yes.
Yeah,
a lot of times
PETG is stronger without the fan.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. But the other thing is with Prucement, you can't over temp it. So like if you try 260, it'll get globby. So this is 253 on the
Okay.
hot end, 253 degrees on the hot end, and this is 30% fan solid. Never, no on or off bolt BS, just on. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man,
generally print PETG without any fan at all, unless I have overhangs or bridging.
I mean,
So
that's true. You
Yeah,
can't do
because
that.
it needs more time. Each layer needs time to bond to the layer below it, and the more time they have to bond, the stronger the part is. So
It's
and
just
I
like
think
it's just like you and me together. The more time we're together, we're bonding.
I know, yeah. See,
Yeah.
I say something and then you repeat it as my parrot. I know, yeah, it's fantastic.
He said something about pirate guys. I don't know.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so you can probably see the computer over my shoulder too, huh? Yep. Cool. So,
Well, just remember, putting the bolts in there. If you torque them too much, it's going to
Yeah.
crack apart.
I almost already broke the XY idler assembly because I was cranking it down.
Mm.
Not good. Oh, look, I grabbed it right on the first try. M3 by 20. So that's good. There's my magnets.
That's what Liam said. He grabbed it at the first try.
I got my balls.
See, I gotta just say that's what Liam said, because that's what she said is too much.
It's all. So you're gonna say that's what Liam said, okay?
Where's Karen at tonight?
Karen's
Yeah,
at work
right.
He's
usually.
probably in the office.
He's actually
Yeah,
doing work.
Karen's
He's
usually
nice
at
for
work
a
this time.
change to do some work. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, is Steve going to send me the link? And I'm just steam cleaning the carpets in the house. I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, my watch goes off, the iPad goes off, and my phone goes off. I'm like, oh, there it is.
I'm a last minute guy, John.
Yeah.
We heard that about you, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Liam said.
I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna mute.
Oh, there's the drill.
That's a great drill. It's so quiet.
That's got 2209 steppers in it. That drill.
Yeah, it's got this one's got silent stepper motor. See?
Yeah, so
All
You
right.
got good taste and tools. That's what Liam said.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that one. But
well,
okay.
if it's his tools. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
So then we're gonna put the magnets inside.
Magnets.
Magnets.
So
And the
that troll that was trolling me on the ArtDroid Facebook group, I dissected his Langmuir assembly.
I was going to say it's going to pop up.
Yep.
And so that thing is running an Adreno Nano.
What is?
For this Langmuir CNC plasma table, and it has a Chingling power supply in it, and it's being sold for like $1,500. So he's there butching up. I paid. What night? He keeps on saying 2,500. I paid 19 for this. 1,900 for this Artroid plasma cutter, and so I'm like, hey, at least I may actually have better quality components. Ooh, I got delivery. Yes. Thank you, Maddie.
Oh wow.
From Maddie's Craft Corner.
I was gonna say, where
she should craft some beers. That's what she did. So he's like, typical, non-rebuttal. He's like, if you think that the components are in your Arctroid is going to be any better, that's laughable. I'm like, have you seen the inside? I know I haven't. It has a touchscreen interface and all that, and I just know that our Arduino Nano can't handle all that. So
yeah,
at least the processor will be better.
They can't handle it?
Oh no, not with a. It shouldn't be able to handle a touchscreen interface, and like the layout commands and everything else.
Right.
I mean, if it has it, I would think maybe I actually said in the comment maybe a Raspberry Pi, but not Nano.
So we are putting the nuts in. Oh, man, magnets, aren't they fun? So it's going to pull that up inside of there.
You're going to hear it crack.
Just like me in a pool. There we go.
Are you talking about turtling?
Yeah.
Turtle. Like a frightened turtle.
Gosh, I swear it was bigger.
He's going to
That's why
blame
the
the cold
doctor's
water.
office
You
is
know that. He's
always-
going to blame cold water.
That's why it's always cold in the doctor's office. Just
Yeah.
for male revenge.
See, he can't say that where he's from. It's always warm there.
Where, here?
Yeah.
It's not in the pool.
See,
It's
I
kind
told
of
you
a
he's going to blame the cold water.
The pool is a curse here because some days, you think, oh, in the summer I'm going to use it, but then it's too hot for the pool. Believe it or not, the pool gets like scorching hot or like bath water, and it's not fun anymore. So, yeah,
So just
Anyway.
add soap and you're done.
yeah,
It just sucks
Pretty much.
in that type. Well, you could jump in it. I mean, in December, you could try to jump in a pool here in the Midwest.
Well,
And break a couple of bones while doing so.
one of the great things about my last house, I had what do you call it, a hot tub, and that was great for the summertime or for the wintertime, I mean.
Yeah,
But here it's like-
I
I find
find
the
it
pool-
funny that they call it wintertime, and their winter is like our late spring or early fall.
Yeah,
They don't get winter like we do.
yeah, that's true.
I've got a really big above ground hot tub out back on one of my patios. I haven't used it in a few years.
That's a nano,
And
John.
the sun kills them, and the motors go out, and this happens and that happens. And they're a money pit, and I haven't used it in a few years.
I like what Tim Hoagland did at TH3D. He just filled his in with dirt.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
He said it was going to cost too much to have it removed, so he just backhoed a bunch of dirt into it. Called it a day. Somebody somewhere is going to have a bad day when they go to plant a flower bed or something.
Yeah, when they buy in the future when they buy his place.
Yeah. Speaking of Tim Hoagland, do you guys watch his streams?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ask Tim.
Yeah, he's been MIA for 2 weeks, and
I think he's taking a break. On like social media, he's like posting about his dog and family and stuff. So
yeah.
I was trying to get a hold of him because I was kind of worried about him, to be honest. And like literally as I was starting this stream, he called me, and I was going to call him back, but I don't know. Something's going on. You said there was something with his dog?
no, I'm just saying he's posting
Oh.
just typical family posting crap.
Something's going on because he doesn't. That guy, he lives on, in the media basically. Usually.
I know he's been doing a lot of refurbishing at home, and he's documented some of it.
Yeah.
But he's been doing a lot of work in the house, so
He's a good dude, man.
yeah.
People give him a lot of shit, but he's not a bad guy.
No, the only time they gave him shit was when he bashed, rightfully so, he bashed Big Tree Tech.
Yeah, and Wham Bam.
Well, he, but the problem is he went after him pretty hard. That's the only thing. And people just call you a Ken or something. So
Close your eyes. I know I'm using your favorite tool right now, but
oh yeah,
I don't want you to get upset with me. You don't like this thing, right, John?
I never said it was bad. I mean, it'd be nice if the charging indicator light would work.
Did you just say you're using
The
John's
what?
tool?
I know Liam is already jealous, Steve. Okay.
Man, you
Wait,
got a
wait.
dirty mind, Liam.
I know.
What
I
did you say, John? The charging cable
Well,
doesn't
with a
work?
screwdriver. Jerry,
Okay,
where's your
so
mind going?
I didn't say that on the review. I
Yeah.
plugged it in, and I could barely even touch the USB-C cable. It got so hot.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah, and the charging indicator light never came on.
Did I show you the little charging stand I made for this thing?
No.
All right, let
So
me grab it.
I got to try to get another USB cord and a USB-C cord and see if that works.
I use this once in a while. I really like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Black
I
and
use this
Decker.
So, John,
I mean,
check this out. So
Okay.
I made this little stand, right? And
It's
then
like a space capsule.
I know, but you take it and so like right here, it just drops down and charges. So
nice.
that's it.
Just put a little USA sticker on the side of it, real tiny. Cut a little door in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Put a logo, like make it look like one of the space capsules from the
Follow.
Apollo missions.
So I made it where the bottom threads on here. I dabble in a little CAD design, so I put
Nice.
the cord in there, and then put a little stopper in there to pinch it into the top, and then this bottom threads onto it. Yeah, and then this drops on it, perfect, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
See, what would be nice is one more modification, but honestly, the LED is just not powerful enough. If you had a
You mean this LED?
the charging LED, so you know
Oh.
it's done.
Oh, you mean put a bit of acrylic on the outside so you can see
Yeah,
the
I
light
didn't
coming
even
on?
know that it had a charging LED. Does it
Yeah.
have one?
Yeah, it's in between the on-off switch and the USB-C.
Oh, like
Yeah,
Right there?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
but
you send it back?
it would probably glow if you cut the acrylic end on. It would actually transfer the light.
I don't know. I don't know how bright it glows because mine doesn't work.
Oh,
Oh, it didn't charge?
I charged, I think. It just never showed me an indicator that it was charging.
Oh, I see. Yeah, mine doesn't show an indicator either. I don't know if it's charging or not either, to be honest. I'll tell you what, I put on 965,000
Pounds?
screws last night with it. So, and it worked out. Took me all fucking day, but putting those on there was not fun, man. Those linear rail T-nut thingy bobbers, not my.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it.
What I don't like about a lot of power tools that you have to plug the cord in like you do your electric razor is when the battery goes dead, it's like, where in the hell did I put the adapter port at? That's
Yeah.
probably
Well,
the problem.
I'm just tired of everything being charged off USB.
Yeah.
That takes too
that's-
long usually.
Yeah,
You know-
and even RC car batteries are coming with USB chargers now.
what I do, I don't use many battery operated tools like that.
But when you
I
do-
generally don't. If I'm for a screwdriver for me, I put a drill bit into an actual or a screwdriver head into a drill and just drive it that way.
Yeah, I like that, and I like that thing that you showed on your review, John. The little skill. Was it a skill or what was it?
Yeah. This one.
I like the idea that it has a torque adjustment, right?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't.
So
The
that's
one
what
that,
mentioned. He did
the
not
one that-
like. He was like, "You did not do apples and apples." I'm like, "Yes, I did." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I went off of price and how many, accessories they came with. But I wanted something that looked totally different. I didn't want a wow stick imitator against a wow stick. It was something. This is more of a classic, power screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what they've been for 20 years. Is this
Let me-
design?
Let me see. Where's it at? Yeah.
It,
I like that.
it just works. It's not. I wasn't I had a feeling I was going to favor this over the Wow Stick because of the design and holding it as a pistol grip. But the Wow Stick has its advantages where, you know, it's you don't have to. I like the toggle switch. It has a bigger LED in the front. But there's nowhere to store any of the bits. I mean, or if it came with at least with a little carrying case, that would be nice.
Yeah.
I
I do like the one that Tom Sandlander used on his forearm build. Did you see that one?
No.
He has like a Bosch one that has like a
He's that's a ported cable, right? Yep.
Yeah, these are my two favorite tools in the whole world.
Yeah, I have
this light's really cool. You just pop off the battery, throw it in a charge, and recharge it. I want to put a drill bit in it, adjust, chuck, whatever.
And that's the one thing. It was like the clutch. People were like, "Oh, you should have gone with one with clutch." I said, "No, I'm not going to go. Then I'm going towards a drill. If I get one with the clutch." But this bit set from Harbor Freight for $20, you really cannot go wrong.
Well, you have to have a clutch so you don't script things.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. No, that's 100% correct, Jerry. I'm talking about just a power screwdriver, not a drill.
Yeah.
I try not to go there because I feel like I'm supporting China under the false pretense that it's American.
Everything in your house is supporting China. You just don't know it.
Well, that was this guy who was with the RatRig. He was like, "It's just screams made in China." And I said, "You know what screams made in China? A Chingling power supply that is in your plasma cutting table."
Everything comes from somewhere else usually.
Yeah.
And typically, if you buy it in America, made by American companies, if it's 100% American, it's usually expensive as hell. So,
I mean, I have no problems. I would buy it if it was built totally in America, but it's extremely rare for it to be 100%. Period.
Yeah, there's always something bought in. There is always some components bought in.
Yeah, it can even just be as simple as the bearings could be made in China, right?
Like, look as an example, right? You drive a Tesla, right, Steve? Teslas, the USB sticks come in from Mexico. Some of the most of the carpeting inside, and it comes in from Mexico. Right?
What's coming from Mexico?
The USB connectors, the wire harnesses, they're all coming in from Mexico.
I don't know about that.
They are. No, they do, because the production plant is assembly.
My Toyota was made in America, and my Ford F-350 was made in Mexico. I don't have it.
Out of all, Tesla and Honda are probably the largest, are probably the two automotive manufacturers that make more in the U.S. for their automobiles than any other manufacturer in the world. Everyone else buys stuff in from everywhere else.
And I forget what logging company it was, but there was some company, I think it's in Alaska, where they would a Chinese company would buy all the lumber in Alaska, take it offshore to a ship, they'd cut it, mill it, send it right back in, and resell it back to America. But I don't remember what it was.
I'm sure that there's stuff made overseas. I mean, Elon Musk is not trying to.
He still needs to make a profit.
Oh yeah.
But lesser of two evils, right? And if I can buy it from Canada or Mexico or US, I do. So
yeah, and this RatRig that I bought is a guy. I mean, he's in Canada.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm down for Canada too. In fact, I saw today Nero 3D's video on that filament company.
Yeah, Milwaukee's a great company.
Did you guys see his video today or no?
No, I didn't see it yet.
No.
Yeah, so he had a video on some new filament producer in Canada, in Alberta or Ottawa or.
I've been watching Netflix all day.
But which is great. We need more companies. That's why I got so much shit on that video, the print bed filament video, from people because they're like,
impact drivers, right?
Yeah. They're all talking about America this and America that, but for me it's a big deal. I will pay more to buy from America or Canada than I will from overseas. I almost refuse to buy Chinese filament at this point.
That's when you were ripping into Chris. I was just laughing because he never said a word about that, about your comment about you have no problem peddling a filament that's made in China, but you have a problem with this.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
true, though.
and he's living off of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we are the taxpayers there. You're living off of disability. You know.
Oh, no, he
Social
pays more in
Security.
taxes than we do.
Yeah, but he's
That's
still. Yeah. Oh no, but he's still. He gets. He's on disability and food stamps,
Yeah, pretty much.
and he makes 100,000 a year.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that he does. I don't know what he thinks, but
his products purchases or whatever he receives in products is over 100,000.
Yeah, but
Dude,
he writes that off in his business as a business use case.
he shouldn't
And
be allowed.
that's-
You
that's
shouldn't be
the right way
allowed
to
to have
do
a
it, right?
business. I'm sorry, but if you're taken from the government, I'm
Yep.
sorry.
You shouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
100%
honestly.
agree.
Like it's either one or the other. You can't have it both ways, you know. But I mean, he pisses me off because he sits there and tells me how you know, he told me one time how I'm underpaying my employees because I'm paying them $18 an hour, and you know that's not a living wage, and blah blah blah. I'm thinking, dude,
He did that. To
People
Dave
don't
Petz
have to
too.
work for McDonald's or Taco Bell or you. If people don't like what they're making, go get a better job.
that's
Yeah.
true. And if people quit, they will eventually, right? It'll drive wages up. Look what happened. We had a shortage of people and workers here, and that's what happened. Wages went through the roof, you know.
My son tells me that a lot of these stores, like the dollar store, the delivery drivers at Pizza Hut, whatever like that, can't get jobs because everybody's delivering food for like Uber and stuff or Amazon, and they're making buttloads of money doing that, and they don't want to work for minimum for like, you know, Pizza Hut or the dollar store, whatever it may be. They
Well,
make
that's
so
true.
much money elsewhere.
And you can also make your own hours, you know.
Yeah.
You can all your car wear and tear, your oil changes, your tires are all a tax write-off. You know?
I don't like having food delivered for the simple fact you never know what the driver might do to your food before it gets to your house.
You know, I used to feel the same way. I'm not that paranoid, but I did start using it because most of the places they actually seal the bags.
I was
Okay.
just going to say that. Yeah.
We we don't order in. We don't get food delivered. We cook an awful lot at home.
You know,
We I would say 90% of what we eat in our house is cooked here.
Yeah, I would say us too. But you know, sometimes at work, if I run out of time, I'll order a sandwich from Jersey Mike's or something. You know.
yeah, Chris was saying this is when I left his stream because you know you can never be wrong, or I mean he can never be wrong, right?
Yeah.
So he was like saying, you know, the unemployment isn't high. It's people are just leaving their jobs or whatever. And I'm like, I know easily 10 people that are stifling the federal unemployment because it's there and refusing to get a job. He's like,
That's
no, you
true.
don't. He's like, he said, no, I don't. I said, I could say even more than 10 people. No, you don't. Do you live where I live? Do you know the people I know? Don't tell me I don't know these people.
Yeah.
That's what
If you've
He
ever
claims-
spoke to Dave Petzel about this, and I know Chris has had a go at Dave about this on one of Jerry's streams.
Dave Petzel's
I
a
don't like
Petzel's a
when that
business owner.
happens.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I'd listen to Dave Petzel all day and all night over Chris because Dave Petzel's a businessman, you know.
yeah, and like he's actually said that he's had staff who left their job because we're getting more money on unemployment than they could stay at home than they would have.
Yeah, an
working-
extra $500 or
working for him.
$600 a week on top
My
of what
two
you're already
kids were
getting.
doing it.
Yeah. I know lots of people that were doing it,
Yeah,
you know.
so
They're like, you know, I'm like, you can't do this anymore. I said, you're part of the problem.
I've been retired for 7, 8 years now. It's like I wish this would have happened back when I was still working. It's like, damn, look at all that extra money I'd get every week. It was crazy.
You know, like someone like my wife, where she's a school bus driver, okay? And she had no choice but to go on unemployment. Okay. She worked for 25 years at one company. She goes here. We are in Illinois. She goes here to this new, you know, switches jobs. There for not even 6 months. And then COVID hits and she wants to file to unemployment. You know how much she got?
$250.
$58 a week.
Oh,
Huh?
really?
A week?
$58 a freaking week. She put 25 years, straight years of
Wow.
not missing any work at all.
They based them
ever
off on
claiming.
one of your quarters from last year. So the
Yep,
prior year,
yeah, because
whatever quarter they based it off.
Yep.
of.
because she started a new job, it starts over.
Ah, that
And
sucks.
and if it wasn't for the federal one, we would have been totally screwed. So it was a blessing but a curse. But then
Yeah.
the problem my problem is that our tax dollars go to these schools for full operation.
If
Okay?
you wear some raggedy blue jeans,
Yeah,
John,
but
with a
you're-
cardboard
you're-
slide around your neck, you could stand up by the freeway with a crutch and you could get money.
But you're
Yeah,
absolutely right, John. We should have got some of our money back.
Yeah, so us, the constituents, should have been like, no, if these schools are not fully operational, we should be getting a tax credit back to us. You're furloughed bus drivers, and we're still paying their salaries. So once all of our friends found out that all the bus drivers were furloughed because they didn't know, oh my goodness, this is what the school board meetings went on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
And now the FBI could go and arrest you because now you're a domestic terrorist if you do that.
If you do what?
If you stand up against the school board in a meeting.
Oh, Jesus
Really?
Christ.
Yeah. So, yeah,
That sounds idiotic. Because the idea of the school board is you to speak your point of
Yeah.
view about what's happening in the schools, and if you can't speak your mind, one, they're impeding on your freedom of speech, which you have according to the Constitution, and secondly, that it's a false arrest because you're actually not doing anything in the form of terrorism in any way. You're just
No.
talking, which is not illegal. which is
No,
also
because
part of
they don't want to be
right.
told how to teach your kids. They want to just indoctrinate your kids. So with whatever their beliefs are. No, I'm saying my kid to learn math, science, reading, and whatever occupation they want to get into. I don't care which political spectrum you are in. I really don't.
Politics should
You keep
know-
that private.
Explaining
private.
what politics is one thing, and the different parties, yes. So you understand politics in the country and how to vote and stuff. But forcing an agenda on somebody inside the school, that is not what a school is for. They're required to stay neutral.
Yeah, they don't even do the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. And when I was a kid growing up, you did that every morning, but I guess
Mine
they don't do that
son
anymore
does.
either.
My son still does.
Oh, do they?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
But he's in
Dominic,
a private school.
so get this. My wife works for a bus company, and that's basically what it was here, right? So they're offering $2 more an hour for new drivers, and she's making less than the new people coming in. So she wasn't too thrilled about that. So
I had a friend, he retired when I did. He's like, hey, you ought to be a bus driver. That's what he went and did. He's like, no, I can't handle kids.
she thought that was gonna be the same. It's not that bad.
And then,
it probably varies.
Well, at
depending
least
on
for
the
our
area.
area.
And then if they're high school age and I'm the man and I'm a bus driver, that wouldn't work out because something would happen. I'd be on TV or I'd get fired.
No, that's why there's
you're on
cameras on
camera
all the
and there's
buses.
cameras in the
Yeah.
buses now.
Yeah.
Well, Jerry, you got to keep your hands to yourself. That ain't that hard.
Just pretend Liam isn't in the bus, and you'll be okay.
Jerry, do the same thing. Jerry, do the same thing your wife tells you to do at the grocery store, and you'll be fine.
I go grocery shopping. She usually never goes. She stays home.
Yeah. No, it's
I speed shop. I can get in and out of the store really quick. Usually.
I've always told my kids, take out your phone. If you have anyone that's pushing anything but besides what is on the curriculum, you let me know.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I don't agree. I mean, Arizona is a pretty conservative state, so we don't get a lot of bullshit
What do you
here,
want?
but
You want me to give you a bone? You want a bone?
they just went to a mask mandate here, which is kind of a big deal here.
Well, and it's such a warm state that you would think that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
We have mask mandates here inside in schools.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they've
Well,
done
I
here?
mean, so I've been getting the flu shot for the last 15 years, right? And my wife said, "Oh, when the vaccine rolls out, are you going to get it?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I don't want to feel like I'm jumping the line." I said, "When it's available, like at a Walgreens to walk in, yeah, I'll get it." She's like, "I'm not going to get it," and the kids are like, "They're not going to get it." So,
Never had a flu shot, never will.
so she was the first one to get it because of being a school bus driver. She got it in March
Ah,
because she had to. and then the girls, so it was like in April. Daughter was just getting ready to turn 17, and then the school sends out an email for next year. If you get the vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask. She's like, okay, I'm going to get it. And then the other daughter said, oh, at her work, if she got the vaccine, she didn't have to wear a mask either. So then she got it, and I got it because my oncologist said you should get it. So we're all vaccinated, but now we all, guess what, have to wear masks everywhere again.
Yeah,
So-
well, and half of that is because of those who don't get treated, and then they can still spread it to you.
Yeah, Dominic, I believe that conceal and carry should be everywhere.
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
it's the people that have a gun illegally are the people that cause the problem, not the legit gun ownership people.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I moved to Arizona is because it's a constitutional carry state, and it's one of the few left. And man, I'll tell you what, I see guns every single day here. Every single day.
Michigan is an open carry state. You only need a permit to conceal, but as open carry, you can walk down the street in Michigan.
Wait, that sounds reversed.
No, you can open carry in Michigan, as long as you're not concealing, you can walk down the street carrying any weapon in Michigan.
Yeah, so but there's always a catch.
That
to
sounds.
Liam.
Hold on, Stephen. I hate to interrupt this part here.
No, this is correct. You need a permit
Because
to conceal.
no, it just sounds reversed for one reason. I don't.
Sure.
I'm not disagreeing what the law is there.
If your jacket
seem like if
over
it
on
was-
your hip, then it's concealed, Liam.
Yeah. So if you're concealed, sounds like someone can't see it, and that's usually not the problem. Open carry is usually the problem.
No,
And
it's the other way here.
That's where I would think that it should be reversed. If you want open carry license, then you get a license. If you want conceal and carry, then you don't.
Not in Michigan.
That-
Well, let me
I
tell
know,
you.
but
Let me
that
tell you-
sounds
let me
totally
tell you-
reversed.
Let me tell you this, because Washington is also an open carry state, and the problem with open carry is that there's another law that it makes it illegal to incite a panic in public, and so in Washington, technically, you can go anywhere and carry a gun on your hip.
Mhm.
However, if somebody calls 911 and says, "Oh my God, there's a guy here with a gun," and they can actually arrest you for creating a panic in a public space.
Yeah, you can't do that in Michigan. If you walk
And
down the
it's
street,
basically how they get around it. And I guarantee you, Michigan is the same way.
no.
Arizona,
I've seen
though,
people-
Arizona, you can carry it on your hip, you can carry it on your leg, you can carry it in your belt, you can
Yeah.
carry it in your glove box. There is no law here. You can conceal carry, open carry legally.
But you can't have
Over, I
off-road.
have it sitting on my car seat, my driver's seat, my passenger seat. I mean, and I leave it right there in the open.
So you can wear it like the old West, just a gun just on your hip, and
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you
I
can do it
do.
in here in Michigan
Wow.
too.
wow.
You in Michigan, you only need a permit.
Jerry, you look 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you only
Jerry,
need a permit in Michigan if it's going to be hidden from sight.
I have no problem wearing this wherever I go. I have no problem with it. It's not a medical mask. I look like a ninja. I have no problem if I had to wear this for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter.
But you
I
know,
have a
I-
hunting mask that is black, so it looks like you're a ninja.
so Jerry, you could put dark sunglasses on with that, walk into a bank, no
Yep.
problem these days. But
Yeah.
do
Yep.
that 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, dude.
That is-
Tim,
Yeah, a
it's
couple
all
of
right.
years ago, I would see one person at Walmart once in a blue moon would have a mask on. I'm thinking, did they have allergies? Why do they got a mask on? Now it's everybody.
Well, and that's
Okay,
the problem,
let's say
Tim,
one thing.
is here in the U.S.
Yeah.
The it's now such a misdemeanor crime for any burglar. They could walk out. People are walking out with grocery bags of stuff, and no one's stopping them anymore.
Right. And there's
I mean,
Employees are
it's-
not
it's so
allowed to,
bad.
but other customers can.
because the cameras don't recognize them. You can't recognize them.
Well, no, it doesn't. No, people are afraid to do anything to stop it
Jeez.
because
Wow.
it's just the way the system is
The
right
company
now.
will fire the employee if they try to stop somebody from shoplifting,
Wow.
but another customer can stop them.
Yeah, it's so bad. I mean,
But then I would
and-
never go down there in a state that has an open carry or concealed carry law and try and stop somebody from shoplifting.
yeah.
I would
so,
not want to confront somebody.
So
Well,
just
they
talk to-
don't here. They and for that very reason they don't. But some other interesting facts here is that like Arizona has a very low rate of road rage that leads to violence. And the reason for that is because you have to assume that people here have guns and they will shoot you. You know,
Yeah.
if you're being a dickhead in a car, there might be consequences. And so people generally are very courteous here. I've lived all over the West Coast anyways, and they are extremely courteous and respectful here. You know, people stop at a stop. Hey, you go ahead. You know, they're not cutting people off and flipping people off down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Giovanni, I was going to ask Giovanni of California, because how many Walgreens have now left California because of this $950, misdemeanor crime? All I know is that I'll never go to like Portland, Oregon, because you could just now deal drugs on the street and it's not even a misdemeanor.
Yeah,
anymore.
they decriminalized it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're losing our audience, I think.
Yeah. No, actually, they're actually engaged. So believe it or not.
Well, we don't do politics on my live stream or Liam, so we'll do it here, I guess.
Well, this is more like, honestly, I don't think this is this is more of what's happening in the world in the U.S. right now. It's not. We're not saying we're not blaming left, right. We're just talking about what the problems are.
Oh, speaking of left and right, we're Americans, period. There should be no parties. That's what I got to say about that. There's no reason to have any parties. We're all Americans. Nope. You vote how you want, when you want, and the hell with all this party bullshit.
Well, yeah, I mean, the problem is the officials get reelected that are causing the problems.
The one universal truth is no matter who you decide to vote for and who you vote into office, every single one of them, they're lying because their mouth moves, right? They're lying. So no matter what side they're on, they're all lying to you. So
when these people are in college or high school, they might have good intentions and want to save the world, but once they get high enough up on the ladder, they got to do everything that everybody else does and become just as corrupt.
And it's all about money. It's all about money.
Yeah, it's always all about money.
Nobody ever leaves politics poor.
Yep. Yeah, it's my wife's like, "You're honest, John. Why don't you run?" I said, because it's too easily to get corrupt. All you have to do is do one favor, and it's recorded, and you're done. So
don't they say absolute power corrupts?
Or you might just disappear, and they'll think it was a drive-by or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not worth it to destroy my whole life over trying to do something good. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever like to be a politician because everyone would hate me. And all the other politicians would hate me within the first week.
Well, it's just like, I mean, look how bad the cancel culture is now. If someone voices their opinion on either side, they get canceled, right? So it's not even worth being an entertainer. It's not worth being anything right now.
I have to say, taking politics out of the media would be the biggest best step ever.
Well, Liam, I grew up in the 80s and 90s where you could have a political sign next to your neighbor and they could be opposing and they will still have a laugh and have a good time. Now
you can't.
It's war.
It is. It's ridiculous.
You cannot have a open dialogue without one person screaming down your throat and saying that's not the way it is. I always tell people, meet me left to right to center and we'll talk about it. If you get heated, I'm out of the conversation. I don't want to hear it. I speak just as calmly as I am now. And if you can't, I always say that there's good ideas on both sides, but let's talk it out and see if we could find common ground.
Two things that need to be kept out of conversation here, especially here in the US, to keep it civil, is politics and religion. You never go there in any conversation because all it does is open Pandora's box and cause disagreements. Right? If you can leave those out of conversations, you can have a civil conversation with most people.
We're all offspring from an alien race, so that's kind of sums that up right there.
Yeah, I love a
guys. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I love a great conspiracy theory. I'm not talking like I love watching Ancient Aliens and finding Bigfoot, but the problem is if you find Bigfoot, the show's over. So they must have found Bigfoot because it's no longer on TV.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, well, they do say. Well,
they do say. What was Bigfoot's name? Somebody in chat. Remember the commercial a while back? What was his name?
What, Harry and the Hendersons?
No, the recent commercial for the insurance company where Bigfoot had a name. It's funny. I can't think of it though.
Oh yeah. I am a terrorist because I have 2 American flags.
You know, Giovanni, that's their problem. That's yours.
Yeah.
They can,
I support my
think
country.
that's their issue.
I respect our flag because you know what? If you go to any other country and you don't respect that flag, a lot worse things will happen to you.
I'm not even from this country, and I respect the flag. I stand for the, and I put my hand on my heart for the when the national anthem comes on and so on. And I'm not even from here. I'm not even a citizen of this country, and I still do it.
I will always respect it. And you know, right now, like we have a big flagpole that when we purchased this house, it was back there. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" in the back of the house. And what? I have to put a new one up right in the front door.
Do you go out and raise the flag every morning?
And no, it's
I
already
put mine up on holidays only.
And then in the garage, right there.
And I take it down before
Oh,
dark
glory.
because I don't have a light on. I don't want it to
My brother
stay out
put
in
it
the
up.
weather and get ruined.
My brother put it up, and I was asked, it's faded, and he's like, why don't you put it down? I said because my brother has passed. He put it up there, and it's going to stay there until it falls apart. It's not respectful to the flag, but it's respectful to my brother.
Yeah.
You should
You know,
frame
it's
it.
like, you know,
So
and-
it'd survive longer. It would last longer if you frame it.
yeah. But no, I mean it. You know, it's he put it up there. He's like, I know what I can do with the flag. You know, like because it was one that slides through the pole. It doesn't. It's not one that has the rivets in it. This one has the rivets in it because I got the flag kit.
I got
If
2
you put it in the
carabiners.
shadow box, John, it would actually last longer behind glass.
I know.
I got
Yeah.
2 carabiners I tied on a long rope a long time ago, and I pull that up on a pole
Oh, that's a good
next
idea.
to my garage.
Yep. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's sad that we live in an age where right now that, you know, I remember when I was a kid, it was only, you know, people of different religions that sat down and our teachers would talk about that and educate us on that. They said it's okay for them because, you know, they come from another country and they respect their own flag and we need to accept that. And I'm absolutely 100% on for that. And that's when we had good education, you know, not, you know, turning your back to it. You know what? Go move out. So,
Yeah,
yes.
did you know there is etiquette on how to display flags and stuff for each country. Every country has their etiquette of how it's supposed to be displayed. And I think anyone who does, and I think everyone should follow that because that represents who you are as a people, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's important to do so. And people who do stuff, like
It's sad that I have this whole kit right here. You know, I've been meaning to, and I have a couple days off of work to film that. Finally, get that driveway update video at least on the computer, so I can edit it on Monday and Tuesday. But you know, I was like, you know what? I can mount the flag up there too.
So I got these done. I cut my finger.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
oh, it's a Tim stream.
How'd you cut your finger? Put you know, pins in?
I was trying to cut a zip tie with a razor blade, and it didn't go very good.
Ah,
Mainly because I realized that the bed wire support I forgot to print, so I was trying to get the printer ready to get that printed. You know what I'm talking about, Tim?
yeah.
Whatever it's called. And I've had it on the print bed 1,000 times, and I keep taking it off to make room, and then I forgot to print it.
Yeah, it was actually picking his nose and
Yeah.
a bit too deep.
Well, anywho,
He hit the warning strip inside.
so Tim, we could probably put that on later, right?
That is his depth gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the depth gauge.
I actually didn't use that part till after I did all the wiring. So, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know,
Well,
you know the way you put a bit of tape on a drill bit to make sure when you're drilling a hole, it's not too deep. That's his
Yeah.
depth gauge.
hey, Tim, let me ask you something on this part right here. Hold on, let me get my StreamYard up. So you know these the lead screw things right here?
Yeah.
Do you put that screw in or no?
I put it in. I just didn't tighten it at all.
Now there's a nut in there that goes on the bottom of it. Did you do that too?
That goes on the bottom. I put that nut on the top.
He busted it.
Oh, does it go on the top?
Let me just double check.
I don't even know. What does it do? I don't understand.
I believe. Let me just double check the pictures here. I believe it basically that's something to do with leveling the rods, and that nut. Hope I didn't put it in the wrong spot.
Well, because that's not it's not in the instructions at all.
No, it's not. I put the nut on the top because I think the nut is basically like a lock nut.
Okay.
But you would tighten the screw down.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, and then that nut locks it from loosening and tightening.
So like this.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay. I didn't know if I should put them on there or not. So
Yeah, they're not in the instructions at all.
they're not.
You should
I
post
assume
it on
they
their
stopped
forums.
the
So
block.
they added it to the forum groups. They'll update the documentation to include it.
Yeah, that's a beefy part, man.
Yeah. Well, it has to be, right? These three parts are holding the entire weight of the bed.
Yeah.
And whatever you print on it.
Yeah, and whatever you print on it. So it's. I mean, these are no joke for sure. I know what these are. These are so when you have them on the lead screw, you can tension the slack out of the lead screw.
That's right. Yeah. And then that mold injected part, that black part.
Right. Yeah, these are real Delrin things. They're pretty nice, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna on this Comgro printer. I'm gonna look up this the laser engraver. I need to look up and see what kind of rollers that these are.
So there they are.
They look great. They're printed.
That is an awesome print, man.
Yeah, and those pins went in perfect, man. I'm surprised they must design this just perfect because I had to put them in there with some force. I'm surprised it didn't crack the print.
I was talking to our CFO at work today, and I was helping her with her computer, and she's and she was saying, "Oh, you're redoing the garage," because I worked from home today, and she was like, I said, "Yeah, I got 2 more printer reviews. And I think I'll be done for the year for the rest of the year for those printers, at least 3D printer wise." And she's like, "Well, how many do you have?" I said, "Like 14 or 15." She's like, "Didn't we have a 3D printer here at work?" I said, "Yeah, that's actually what made me look up prices because that was a MakerBot and it was a $3,500 printer."
Yeah.
And this was like 4 years ago that we returned it because it was on lease. So basically, it's we lease computers and we rotate their inventory. And I said that's what actually made me look up how much these 3D printers are, because I thought that was like it was a desktop. I knew that there were bigger ones available, and I figured that was the lowest of the low. Okay, because no one used it at work, and they said it was too complicated.
Right.
And this is an advertising agency, so.
Mm-hmm.
But the MakerBot is a pretty good printer, right?
Well, again, this was so you got to figure when I returned it back or sent it back to the leasing agency. That was 3 years ago, and it was a 2 or 3 year lease on that. So that was 6 years ago. That was purchased from today, so 8 years ago from today. So the machine was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And of course, I would think that the 3D printing community wasn't as strong as it is now.
I don't think they changed that much, though.
Yeah, but no.
Well, it's ballooned. The 3D printing community has ballooned in the last few, and especially during COVID, because everybody who's at home has started to buy 3D printers.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to start looking up some 3D printers. And I was on Facebook Marketplace, and someone had an Ender 3, and it was like $160. So I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm like getting ready to message him. I'm like, oh, wait, let me see what this is all about. And that's when, 2 years ago is when I was researching and the 3D printers. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know there was a consumer grade basically out there.
I still see those printers online on offer up $250 for an Ender 3. I'm like, are you freaking crazy?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, it's the people that don't know.
Yeah.
Really, but they had to have bought it, right? They have to know that.
Yeah, but they try and sell it for the price they bought it at.
A lot of
they-
people, they try to sell for whatever to make a profit, and they think, well, no one's going to look on Amazon or here.
Yeah.
They're just going to buy it from me. And some people do.
And I was almost one of those people that jumped on it and be like, oh, 3D printer. Oh, here we go. I found one here. You know, and didn't even do it. And that's when I was almost ready to, get a just an Ender 5. And then I was almost ready to pull the trigger on it. And then I saw the live stream of the Ender 5 Plus. And I was like, oh, that's the one.
Hey, I got a question for Liam when you get a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Light burn. I just burnt that grid that I got from Louisiana Hobby Guy, right?
Yeah.
I want to set that as my grid in Lightburn so that whenever I import anything, I'm dropping it right on that grid.
What is the distance between the lines and the grid? So what you do is you whatever the grid you've burned on the piece of wood, you measure the distance between those lines on that grid, and you go into the settings and you set those inside in Lightburn. So each grid line is so many millimeters apart, like 10 millimeters or 5 or whatever you set it at. And then that represents what's on your screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
for my grid, I only use it as a reference to make it square.
Well, no, you can actually.
I've got
you can
squares
actually
and
measure the grid.
circles for coasters. I've got a zillion different patterns on
I
this
know.
grid where I just drop my material on it and go that quick. So I guess I would have to load this profile, drop another file in on top of it, and turn all the burn layers off on this.
Yes, if you want to use it as a guide to do other stuff, like to do coasters and so on.
Well, I'm still
using
going
the
to frame,
circles.
but still, yeah.
Yeah, but if you wanted to use the same setup using those circles for coasters as an example,
Yeah.
then you would bring in that template that you have, the SVG file, and you turn off all the others, and then you just drop the parts in there.
Yeah, because actually I just saw your instant message area not that long ago, and I'm using the grid in one of my videos. So it's gonna be part of this video, and then I'm gonna do the how-to on it on another video.
Yeah. Well, when I messaged you, I seen that you read it right after I messaged you.
Well, no, and then I jumped off of it because I got a call from work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's I get 200 or 300 emails a day. It's not like I could sit there and be on the phone, or then the wife calls me and I get totally interrupted. Yeah, so and then it's like, oh wait, I need to go back. So here's an example of what my home screen looks like.
So Steve,
Here, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
oh wow,
Okay.
oh wow,
Yeah, it's not exactly and then let's see. And then here, look at the text messages on the top here.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that too.
Yeah, it's not easy keeping up with everything.
No,
Okay.
in my work email alone, I have about 10,000 unread messages.
Yeah, I mean, when
never
someone
keep up
sends
with
me it's better to try to do a video chat with me than it is to send me a DM or an IM or an email, because that's actually what happens at work more often now, is that people just initialize a video chat right off the bat without even. I'll be like, I'm on the can, hang up, I'll get back to you. I mean,
Yeah, I got a call on Facebook the other day, and it actually scared the hell out of me because I'm sitting there doing something. I don't expect my phone to ring funny when it's a Facebook call, and I actually jumped when it happened.
Was
yeah,
that
I
for
me? I don't.
It might have been you or Matt. It was somebody. Yeah.
I don't expect everyone to be in the same realm of chaos of information that I'm in.
Right.
But it's, my wife was like, didn't you get I saw that you read my text. And it's the same exact line as you said, Jerry. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, you can see when the icon drops down, you know the person sitting there right now reading it.
Yeah, and then, but the problem is there's always something that comes in, literally, as you see how many.
You get sidetracked. In other words, you might have read it, but then you got sidetracked.
Or I'm getting ready to, which is
Yeah.
what happened to yours. And then I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, and then I'm like, I was trying to clear out my messages, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there scrolling, and that's how I actually missed, companies that are trying to get to me, like it's in their junk folder, right? So now I have like a reminder once a week to check my junk and spam folder, because typically the manufacturers, they're trying to contact me to like do a review or partner.
Good.
That's where they go. They go right into the junk and spam folder.
I have a different email address is what I use for all of that communication.
But it's it's relatively clean right now. But like Comgrows went right into the. Luckily, I caught it. It was on the day that was my reminder.
Yeah.
For the laser, they reached out to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And the reason why I asked you, Jerry, is as soon as they sent it to me, I said, hey, what about the roller? You want to do that? And I could do a separate video on that. And oh yeah, great idea. That's why I asked you, Jerry, if they just sent it by, just send it to you, because I think I started that part for others because I had the same rep as you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned it to them. They're like, yeah, sure. So it's
yeah.
like,
you did mention it?
They didn't mention it to me, I mentioned it to them.
Yeah, that's why I did.
Send it.
Yeah, I mean it's but yeah, it's if everyone sees a read receipt on me, and if I don't get back to you, that's what's happened, as you saw on my phone.
Well, I wanted to burn that grid. I done my own grid I designed for my DIY, and I didn't put all the numbers on it. But then again, I was thinking about it. I really don't need all those numbers.
You don't need the numbers.
They're irrelevant. I line up based on the squares. And then the Louisiana Hobby Guy, I'm on his Patreon now, and he has this grid right here that you can get free on his site. And it's cool. It's got all the squares in. It's got the circles. It's got all the different dimensions. It's perfect. Even though I'm going to frame, it helps me get exactly lined up, and then I can frame.
That's the biggest problem with this is when you have a laser where you can't see, where you have that plastic shield, and that's going to be in the review, where you have that. It's nice having that shield.
Yeah,
absolutely great. But you can't see. You can't line up the center.
You're guesstimating where the middle is unless you have it run at low power and let it do a perimeter.
I mean, everything has been off. Even with that grid, this is probably the most center I've gotten of any of my prints, because I finally I said I did the outline with the laser at 3%.
Liam's going to interrupt right now and say he's going to explain how you can run that at really low power on a diode.
And that's what I just said just now. Okay. So I interrupted him.
All right.
So I do the shift with the frame. Yep.
Shift frame. What does it run like? What do you got set at 20%?
I do it 3%.
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
I do mine at 5%. Is what I said it as. And then
3%.
It lines it.
With that shield, I would say probably say 5.
Yeah.
But
it works great. And that's what I use. I always use a frame feature.
I've never went into my settings. I mean, I've got Lightburn open in front of me. You guys are on another monitor. So where I go into edit and I set my minimum power to what, 5, 3?
Then, I normally use mine at 5%.
Settings, device, or machine.
Let me open up mine and I can walk you through it.
Yeah. So Jerry, even Sam called me out on it last week because I read his and I didn't get back to him. He's like, dude, are you mad at me? No. I'm like,
sometimes I'll go to the group chat where all five of us are in it, and I'll post right there. Because then everybody, this person or that person reads it. I'm waiting for a reply, and I said, okay, this person's seen it, that person's seen it, nobody's typing.
Yeah, it's because right now it's closing year. I'm working on budgets, and people are talking about return to office, so it is just so chaotic for me. And then CapEx is always a cluster.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to afford Christmas, so I need to make some stuff and sell it. And I don't know if droid builds start back up and we start doing things, I don't know if I'll be in on this one. I might.
I think it will be more like after that, Jerry. More of because I can't do it. Right now I am backlogged on videos. I told Sam, and I think Sam is so overwhelmed too right now. I mean, budget meetings. I've got 4 or 5 videos I need to be doing right now, and I'm hanging out on live streams. And last night when I got off, my wife got mad at me. She goes, well, Liam hangs out on your stream for 3 or 4 hours. How come you're not in there right now?
You don't have to do that.
It's like, well, Liam came into my stream in the middle of it the other day, Brandy. I can't always be on the stream because I'm sitting here and I can't get nothing done.
Liam or me?
Liam.
It's hard to get done. I was going to say to set the minimum power. Don't go into settings. Just go over to the move function. You see that on the right hand side?
Yeah. Yeah,
move,
and just do
you
power.
set the power there to percentage.
Yep.
I run mine at 1%. Is what I have mine set
Yeah.
up.
Well, the Jerry do 3 or do 5 because you got that shield. It's really hard to see.
Sure.
So 3%, you can barely see it with the glasses on.
Okay, I'm on settings, but I'm not seeing where you're
No,
talking
no,
about.
not settings. Come out of
And I'm
settings
telling
and
you-
go to the right-hand column. And on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the move. You have the cuts, layers, moves, console. Click
Yeah.
on move.
And I'm gonna recommend that people get different glasses because my eyes were so sore from yesterday working on it for so long with these on.
Red
I
glasses
mean-
are better.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta get better ones. You know, I mean, even though I was not even looking at it all that often, but it was a little bit. I had a curved surface, so the beam was more exposed.
I got mine set to 10%.
Yeah, no, 10. I know. Go. You can go less. You don't need to run it that high.
Yeah,
I
because
run it 5.
You don't want to be
more than that.
etching something. I doubt it would etch, but just in case if you're doing like a finer thing like cardboard or something.
I can see below the shield usually, depends how high I have it set. But
yeah,
what are we thinking, Liam? 5, 3?
5%.
5 or lower.
Okay, it's on 5%.
Yeah.
And then I
You
seen
want to
Conro
barely
in one
see
of
the beat. You want to
Conro
barely
made
see
a
the beat.
comment today on one of the groups. He said the person said to crank it up to 1,000%. In Lightburn, you can only go to 100%. You can't go to 1,000. So
Correct.
what they're using is something different than what we're using.
They're talking about laser Gerbil.
Yeah.
And it's not a percentage. It's actually it's a percentage of
So
0 to 1,000 or 10,000. I think it is.
did a couple of you guys? Did anybody watch my CNC video? Was it okay?
I haven't watched. I started at the beginning when you dropped something,
Yeah, I
and
dropped
then I
all the
haven't
bits
watched the
on
rest of
floor.
it yet. So like, oh, Jerry dropped something.
Yeah.
He didn't hear.
I did not watch the one you posted today. No, I did not. I didn't get time yet.
Oh, you got another one out today too.
No.
I was gonna say I'm subscribed and notified. So
No,
Yeah,
the minute
so
I
am I.
post a video, I automatically get 2 thumbs downs that quick. It's like, okay, thank you, appreciate that.
Oh, well. Here's a little bit of advice. If you get someone that's always negatively posting on yours, you just get them. You just hide them from your whole channel. Make them create another account.
It's a thumbs down. I don't know who's doing a thumbs down. I mean,
But no, it's.
it's not a comment.
Well, I'm just saying if at the beginning, that's when I saw the trolls that kept on coming back. I'm like, I just hit them. I said from the channel. Period. I said, and that kind of helps.
I don't know. A few weeks ago, somebody posted something in Arabic or something. I couldn't read it. It was a big long paragraph. So
I had that same
if
one.
I can't read it, I'm sorry. I can't leave it posted.
I did a translation on it. It was something like, your video is so inspiring, and then a whole bunch of other crap.
Okay.
Yeah. Old Gamunchin, man, that guy, he trolls my channel all the time. He did not like my last video at all.
And somebody made a comment. I seen it in YouTube under notifications, but when I clicked on it to go to the video, the comment they'd already deleted it.
Hey, the way I look at it, Jerry, you get a thumbs down, they still clicked on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means and that all go. That's all positive. Even if it's a thumbs down, it's still positive counter against your view.
Somebody said something about I liked one of my videos, and they said I'm surprised you don't have more subs, and they something about the word I know, comma, Udify, YouTuber, nice services. So I don't know if they're trying to give me hashtags to use or what the
Maybe they're giving you some.
I started to use more hashtags than just the videos in general.
Yeah, I have a lot of hashtags.
I didn't go back. I'm not going to go back to previous.
They're not hashtags, they're tags, not hashtags.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't wait to get this garage into a shop. So.
Yeah, I'd love to do that with mine, but mine actually is used for cars because of the winter.
It's impossible for us to use
Cars
them.
belong in the driveway. Sorry, buddy.
No, it's called a garage for a reason.
When you have four
cars.
drivers and a 2-car garage, it's impossible.
I know, but we don't have that. So
If I was rich like Lightspeed, I'd have a 4-car garage, 2-car garage for a workshop, another side to park in.
If you were what?
If I was rich like you, I'd have a 4-car garage.
I'm not rich, Jerry.
He's financially independent.
Yeah.
That's another way of saying rich.
I'm very blessed. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm far from rich, my friend. I pay $1,600 a month just in child support, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah,
My house payment's like $12.50 a month,
yeah, so is mine. So I got that too. So.
and it would have been paid off about 6 years ago. But dummy me, years ago, kept borrowing on it to buy this and buy that and bought property and
The
Trump.
stupid home equity loans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such
Yeah.
a trap. That's such a mortgage
I
trap.
got, yeah, and then in 2007 when everything went upside down, you know. So anyway,
Unless you're putting it back into your house and it actually adds value.
I'm basically a renter in my own house.
Huh?
I'm basically a renter in my own house because I owe so much on my house. But like I said, if I never would have borrowed on it, I would have had it paid off 8 years ago.
Yeah, I remember when I was young and I had a condo. I kept on getting all the time, like 96 through like 98. Oh, take out a home equity loan, and I'm like, why? Oh, you could pay off your car. I'm like, I'm not paying off my car. I got another loan then, and then I'm paying for it for 15 years. Well, it's a lower interest rate. I said it's already low for my car, and it'll be paid off in 3 years. It's only a 3-year loan.
The biggest problem is every time they refinance, it's like $7,000 to $10,000 they make that they tag on top of it. So the more you do it, that's all the more you owe. So
Yeah,
anyway.
and they're like, it was just, I was close one time, but I can see doing a home equity loan if you're expanding on your house and it could bring more value to your house. But yeah, I can see I can see where it could definitely be hurtful as a customer falling into that.
Basically, if you're doing anything that has value, like the mistake people do is they take loans and they have their house, they have their house painted or something. And while that doesn't hurt the value, it certainly doesn't. It doesn't. You don't get dollar for dollar when you do it. That way.
I paint my own house.
Yeah,
You're better off to save your money and do it that way. I mean, things that add value are like extra rooms, extra bathrooms, things that you can put on. If you can't, I was told one time, if you can't put it in the real estate ad, you shouldn't do it, right?
I'd have an extra room if my wife would move out.
I knew
Well,
that was
you're going to
coming.
get slapped upside the head for that one for sure.
Yeah, and then Liam would move in.
Yeah. He can be my neighbor and come visit every day. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, because the wife was saying, we're going to be most likely moving in under 10 years, and you're going to have this awesome workshop. What are you going to do with it? I said, they have an option of buying it out. They're like, how would that work? I said, it has to be outside of the purchase price of the home, because the realtor is not going to say they would have to say this is all going with, unless you want to buy it outside of the purchase, because that's the only way it would work. Because
it'll up your value. Any improvements you do will up your value.
Not something like this.
Except for a swimming pool.
That's cold in Arizona.
Yeah.
You coming to Arizona, John?
I've been there several times. Scottsdale.
You gotta move here. It's fantastic. No snow, no sleet, none of that shit you gotta worry about.
Yeah, you got to rake your rocks.
No, you don't even do that. You know what I do? I pay some Mexican guy, comes by every month at $60. He takes care of everything. He does a great job.
Here's a sign that I'm going to make on my laser. I'm going to work on this. When I was a little kid, my dad had this sign in one of the sheds. It had a picture, like a cartoon picture of a guy like he's thinking, and a light bulb. And then it had two pictures of some mechanical gears on the other side. And the logo said, "Be sure your brain is running before you kick your mouth in gear." That'll be a cool sign to make.
Yeah.
Because so many people say things before they think.
Are you sending that to Liam?
He is, yes.
I'm just telling everybody who's watching. Anybody who's watching, I'm just making a statement.
It's so nice being in the video stream, because usually I'm just getting hammered on the chat. So.
What? No, I didn't end it. I don't think.
No, it's these guys.
What are we looking at? We are looking at what he's printing.
Okay.
The RatRig.
If Giovanni would have had an H on that last word, I'd say he lives in Australia, but he didn't.
No, he's definitely California.
Okay. Because
What
Kieran
are we
always
looking
says
at?
the, and he goes TEH when he says the.
Yeah, so Jerry's so saying that you're not on camera, Jerry. We got your
You haven't been
mom.
on camera for a while.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we're looking up. At
Yeah,
your-
he's
on your
watching something
table.
extracurricular on his
I'm
other.
sorry.
There you go.
No, I was showing you that screen earlier. Thank you, guys. Sorry about it. Anyway.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we know he was surfing some other
Now
things.
switch it back. We like it better the other way.
Yeah, my wife, Brandy, she goes, "Hey, you want me to be on the stream Saturday?" I go, "Sure, if you want to." She goes, "You want me to start it?" I said, "I'll go ahead and start it, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you want to hang out on screen. That's great. It gets her more involved." And after it was over, she's like, "I really had fun." And I said, "You sat there for 4 hours," and so
Yeah, she was interactive.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like she was just sitting there. I mean, it was
No.
nice having her on.
yeah. The more women that get
Yeah,
involved,
no,
the
it's,
better,
it's
right?
good to have her on there. And the other thing that was good, Jerry, and I'm going to say this, and someday if she ever meets me, she'll slap me upside the head for this. But since she was in one room, in the hobby room, and she was on the stream, managing the stream, and you were in the garage, she couldn't slap you upside the head because
She came out there and did it once.
she did it once, but that was only once, though.
Yeah, and since she's logged in as me, either one of us could have controlled it, but she don't know what to click on, so she just kind of sits here and starts go Alabama. You know, she's watching the TV up here above me. So I muted her a couple times because she was talking to herself about the TV screen.
She was watching the game on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you make that back panel out of?
What?
The black back panel. What did you get it cut out of?
I got it from Mandel Roseworks. Wait, I think it's HPE or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay,
you know
Nico.
what I'm talking about? I don't know what it's called, but he did all my panels for me.
Acrylic.
They're really expensive.
Are they the acrylic ones or are they the coated aluminum?
I was his first customer, unfortunately. I
So-
paid dear, but
Hey, tripod. Let me interrupt you for a minute, even though it's your stream.
What?
What was it? Control what for the when you want to frame with the laser?
Shift,
Shift and frame.
Yes.
shift and frame.
Shift and frame at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on, shift, and
Hold
click the
shift
frame button.
and then
It's
Oh,
sometimes. Hey, don't get frustrated if it doesn't work the first time, because it's not that responsive. Trust me, it doesn't work every time.
whenever I want to frame something, I put my mouse on the screen on the frame button. I take my mouse in my hand, I walk out there, and I hold my hand up in there and I click it. That way I can be in there actually.
so
watching
right
the
now-
frame.
So this is it. Right now, let me try it. Okay. So shift. There we go. So right now, did you see it going off?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's at 3%.
Okay.
That's great.
That way, then you can make sure it's actually on the material that you're aiming at, that you're trying to work on.
Yeah.
So what I generally do is I'll create a box or a circle or whatever is the size of the material that I want to work on, and then put my parts in that, and then I will mark them as to in Lightburn as what is this? Or what is it called again? I'll turn off the box to actually to produce them, so it won't actually follow them, and I only leave on the one for the outer frame, and I'll let that frame run, so it's framing the piece I'm using, and then I'll turn off the outer box and turn on the inner part that I want to engrave, and then I'll burn it because I know the outline follow the outline of the part I want to work on. That's how I generally do it.
Tim, did you do when you put your lead screws in? Did you loosen the motor bolts?
Yes, just slightly. Yep.
I was gonna say that's a big step that you could miss that could really screw shit up.
Yeah. Now, did you print out the little leveling things to? They're little clips. I don't know where I put them.
Oh yeah, I did the center of the rails.
To center the rails. Yeah, they came in really handy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, these are really nice ones. I had ones from the Railcore that are not even close to that nice. But the Railcore tried to make them where they print fast.
But there's also ones for your lead screws to make sure your lead screws are parallel.
They came with the print, the parted prints.
No, I think it was Jason sent me the file, and I think it was on the RatRig community that somebody designed.
You know, I feel with this, these lead screws are pretty freaking straight, actually.
Yeah, I mean mine were very straight, and what I did is I looped
Mine's got a little wobble to it, but nothing bad.
Yeah. And basically, it was to align them to the linear rail. So I had loosened the linear rails screws, got the use that spacer, and then tighten the linear rail screws up.
Yeah, I just took all the motor mounts loose and put the lead screw down in it and made sure that the motor was lined up so the motor was loose. You know.
Yeah.
But so guys, I gotta jump. My wife's just made dinner, so.
All right, I was getting ready to leave anyway. But thank you for having us.
Hey, real quick, guys, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, Tim. I thank you, Tim and Jerry and John.
Please like, subscribe, and share, everybody. Help the light speed.
All right, catch you guys later.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Liam, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Bye.
Ciao.